Everyone, this is Frank from Bottomline Ministries DebtFree. Well, it's another beautiful day in the Northwest. I hope that you're enjoying your day. And once again, we're just talking to you about becoming totally debt-free and understanding that debt is not your destiny. One of the things we talked about last week was we talked about knowing the difference between wants and needs. Wants and needs, those things that we considered a necessity and those things that we want, and how not to confuse the two. But one of the things I want to talk to you about today is going to be a little bit different than the things we've talked about in the past few weeks. And one of the things I want to talk to you about is a scripture in the Bible, is Deuteronomy 8:18. And it says simply this, that God gives us the power to get wealth, so that he may establish his covenant in the earth as he swore to our forefathers. And I think that's so important that we understand that part of getting wealth is God's plan for your life and mine. Because God, he doesn't need us to do this, to establish his covenant in the earth as he swore to our forefathers. And we discussed earlier a few months ago, about covenant and what it means. And a covenant is simply a promise that you make with someone else that you don't want to break. And a blood covenant, we talked about that. That is the most ultimate covenant that you can make between two people, because it says that we are together as long as one of us is still alive. This promise holds true. But what God is doing is he establishing his covenant in the earth. And one of the things that he gave us as a covenant through the Abrahamic covenant, if you go to Genesis, you will find it in the Abrahamic covenant. He told Abraham, I will bless you to be a blessing. I will bless you to be a blessing. Well, you can't be a blessing to someone else when you haven't met your own needs, when you're broke, when you have needs for you and your family. You really can't fulfill that. So God gives us the ability, the power to get wealth, whether it's through an idea, whether it's through a business, whether it's through your job. But I want you to start looking for those things. Ask yourself, what is it that God has given me that I do really, really well, that I can use that particular talent, that particular gift to bless others and also make a lifestyle for me and my family? So I want you to ask yourself those questions and just think about it, because there's something that's in you that God put in you. It's a gift that you can use that will bless others, but will also bless you and your family. God has put that in you. You'll find that when you do it, you find great joy. You'll find great joy. And it gives you the ability to get wealth so that you can bless others. And I just wanted to tell you about that today. Go look at that scripture for yourself. Deuteronomy 8:18. It's God's promise to you and I, because God does not want you and I, his children, in debt. We are blessed to be a blessing. And that's part of the Abrahamic covenant. And so when you go to do different things and you just say, okay, Lord, which way you want me to go? What do you want me to do? You allow God to get involved in your finances. And as I said once before, one of the foundational things we must always do, we must tithe. That's 10% of your income. Whether that income is $1 or $100,000, the 10% remains the same. And you put God into your finances and you watch him open up doors that you could have never imagined. So that's it for today. And this is, once again, Frank Reed, Bottomline Ministries DebtFree. And if you want more information, feel free to go to my website. That's bottomlineministries.org. And you'll see a lot of videos. You'll see some conferences. You'll see a lot of information that will give you detailed information about what we're talking about today. So have a blessed evening, and I'll see you again next week, same time. Remember, debt is not your destiny.